Matrix structure. A matrix is a rectangular array of numbers arranged in rows and columns. Matrices can carry many different types of information. We're going to look at a couple of examples. So here we have part of a league table. When expressed as a matrix, all of the column and row headings are stripped away, so we just end up with an array of numbers. So look at the numbers here. And this is a matrix that represents this information. We'll look at working with this a bit later in this section. Now let's look at another example. What we have here are three towns, A, B and C, and the connecting roads between them. So we're going to look at direct routes between points. So from each of these to each of these. So if we look at A, there's no routes that just go from A to A. We'd have to have a circle around A. From A to B, so from A to B, I can see two routes. From A to C, I can see one route. From B to A, we have two routes. B to B has 0. B to C also has 0 routes. C to A is one route. C directly to B, there's no route. And C to C, there's also no route. So expressed as a matrix, we just take away the row and column headers, and we just end up with the array of numbers. When discussing matrices, an important feature is the order of a matrix. So if we consider this matrix here, we can see that it has 3 rows. We can also see that it has 2 columns. The order is always given as number of rows times number of columns. Now we don't actually multiply these numbers together, so we write down the number of rows, the multiplication sign, and the number of columns. So this matrix here is 3 by 2. If we look at this matrix that we saw earlier, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows and 4 columns. So this one is 9 by 4. This one here has 3 rows and 3 columns, so it's a 3 by 3 matrix. If we have a matrix that has the same number of rows as columns, for example here with the 3 by 3, that's known as a square matrix. So a square matrix can be 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, and so on.